The Scar Predator, also known as the Alien Hunter, was a Young Blood Yautja who, in the year 2004, travelled to Earth to take part in an initiation ritual within an ancient Yautja pyramid 2,000 feet beneath the ice on Bouvetøya Island, Antarctica. Scar was joined by his two brothers, Celtic and Chopper, and the three were there to hunt Xenomorphs. Doing so and surviving would elevate their status within the Predator hierarchy from the rank of Young Blood to Blooded, essentially going from boys to men, making them full members of their clan as well as obtaining the Plasmacaster weapon. Scar was the youngest and smartest of the three and the only one to successfully defeat a Xenomorph. The others were both killed by the Grid Alien. This achieved Scar the Blooded status. From what is shown, Scar seemed to have a different style of fighting from his fellow Youngbloods. While Celtic seemed to rely more on his size and strength, Scar on the other hand looked to be a smarter fighter, using his senses and stealth to his advantage. He was an honourable warrior and abided by the Yautja honour code accordingly. At one point, when confronted by Mr. Wayland, he initially spared him as he could see the man was fatally ill, and only killed him afterwards when provoked. He would become host to a Pred alien, which would later terrorise the town of Gunnison, Colorado, USA. In appearance, Scar was a member of the classic Predator species and stood at over 7 feet tall, with yellow and brown skin tones and black dreadlocks. His face had more of a youthful look as he was younger than the other Predators seen on film, and on his forehead he marked himself with Xenomorph blood, giving him his namesake Scar. He wore a full suit of armour which had a metallic colour and included every attachable part as he was hunting such deadly prey. His biomask was a very similar design to that of the Jungle Hunter. Since Yautja are heat-preferring creatures, he had special thermal netting allowing him to operate comfortably in the Antarctic environment. Scar's weapons and equipment consist of a pair of elongated wrist blades, the largest of any of the three Youngbloods, which could also be shot out of the gauntlet. Shurikens, a variation of the Smart Disc, with retractable curved blades extending from the grip. A combi stick for melee fights, which can also be thrown, a ceremonial dagger stored in a sheath on the leg, a large caliber Plasmacaster, the largest out of the three, and most likely intended for Celtic as he was the leader, but Scar picked it up off of Lex after she returned it. Full body armor suit, wrist computer, a biomask with multiple vision modes including alien vision, a cloaking device, vocal mimicry, medicomp and a self-destruct device. He is a member of the Isolated clan, a tribe of hunters hailing from a mountainous world with extreme temperatures. This clan follows the blooding ritual practice of returning to pyramids they build on different worlds every 100 years, and fighting the Xenomorphs held captive on them as a way of initiating new clan members. When they were successful in defeating one of the Xenomorphs, they would use its acidic blood to mark themselves and their biomask, making themselves a blooded warrior. The design represents a stylized image of a Xenomorph from the side profile. The Isolated clan possess distinctive spiked footing and thermal netting, as well as full body armour, all specially designed for surviving the cold. They are one of the clans responsible for the existence of a Pred alien, another would be the Elite clan, and their leader is an elder who wore a red cape. In the year 2004, a Yautja pyramid underneath the ice in Antarctica fired up its power source, attracting a research team under the employ of Wayland Industries. It was located underneath the long-abandoned Razorback Point whaling station. A Predator mothership approached Earth and fired a beam of energy at the island, melting the ground and creating a tunnel leading from the surface down to the pyramid entrance. On board were the Youngblood Predators Scar, Celtic and Chopper. After gearing up, they arrived via drop pods and made their way to the whaling station situated above the pyramid. Here they encountered several members of Wayland's expedition and quickly killed everyone they found, including Ruston Quinn's drilling team and a number of Max Stafford's mercenaries. With the camp cleared, they descended to the pyramid below through the access shaft. Upon entering the structure, the Predators discovered the human team had found and taken their Plasmacasters and split up to hunt them down. Scar was the first to find the humans. He ambushed them and killed a few of their numbers before the shifting pyramid separated most of the survivors. Later, his two brothers engaged the humans, but were caught off guard by an alpha xenomorph drone named Grid, who killed them. Still in pursuit of the stolen Plasmacasters, Scar caught up with Lex, Sebastian and Wayland. Wayland attempted to buy time for the others to escape and attacked Scar, but was spared when he saw the human was terminally ill, but he attacked again and Scar was forced to kill him. Scar continued to follow Lex and Sebastian, but lost them when the pyramid shifted again, and was attacked by both a facehugger and a drone, but he killed them. Now a blooded predator, Scar removed his mask and marked himself with the blood of the facehugger. However, before he could put it back on, a second facehugger attacked and impregnated him with a chestburster. When he eventually revived and caught up to Lex, she returned his Plasmacaster after realising its significance, hoping Scar would spare her. The pair were then assaulted by a group of drones led by Grid, which they succeeded in fighting off. Impressed by the fact Lex dispatched one of the Xenomorphs herself, Scar fashioned a shield from its head dome and a makeshift spear from the tip of its tail for her to defend herself with. Knowing they stood a better chance of escaping if they worked together, the pair headed for the Xenomorph hive to look for Sebastian and so Scar could destroy it. Inside the hive, Scar and Lex discovered Sebastian cocooned and impregnated, and Lex mercy killed him. Scar then activated his self-destruct and left it in the hive, and the two left the pyramid. At the base of the tunnel, the pair were again attacked by Xenomorphs. Scar was injured but saved by Lex. With the pyramid destroyed, Scar gave Lex an initiation mark of her own with Xenomorph blood. At that moment, the Queen burst through the ice. Working together, they chained it to a large vat and pushed it over the cliff and into the sea. But during the battle, she impaled Scar with her tail, mortally wounding him. Although they were victorious, Scar perished. The huge mothership then revealed itself nearby, and the clan elder approached, giving Lex a ceremonial combi stick as a reward. The elder's companions collected Scar's body and carried it onto their ship, and they departed. Scar's body was placed atop a ceremonial plinth aboard the vessel, but after the other Yautja left, a predalien chestburster emerged from his body. The creature made its way to an attached scout vessel and killed the predators aboard, causing it to crash to Earth, triggering a xenomorph outbreak in the town of Gunnison. So I thought Scar was a really good Predator character, and he is a favourite among fans. I liked his design and all the weapons he carried. One thing I did not like, however, was the design choice for his face when he unmasked. They wanted to make him look more like a good guy, but in my opinion it just looked like a mess. I thought the concept of the Predators being young bloods and trying to hunt Xenomorphs as part of an initiation was a really interesting one, and helped set this film apart from others. I actually think the first AVP is pretty underrated. I watched it again not long ago and enjoyed it. It's not the best film, but it is entertaining and has some cool moments. If you want to watch my review of the movie, you can do so here. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and leave a comment telling us all what you thought of Scar and AVP, and I'll see you next time.